Hello, Sunbeams. It's me, Icarus, and today we're back with a different fandom. Let me guys know if you want to hear more about it, or if I did a good job at pronouncing the names, because I haven't actually seen anything from this fandom, so let me know if I did anything wrong. Without further ado, the fic is called The Gold and the Rust by Euphoria at 7 on AO3. The rating is general audiences, and no archive warnings apply. The category is M/M, and the fandom is Third Life, Last Life SMP series. The pairing is Charles Grian / Ryan Good Times with Scar. The summary is this some kind of opposite day thing? The words came out as almost a whisper, though Grian didn't check their surroundings whatsoever. Instead, his eyes were firmly fixed on Scar, and despite the slight grin in his face, trying to read him to his core, it was as if Scar was a book, and Grian had managed to wrestle it open to the index and was sitting with his finger on the page, but too hesitant to mention it to anyone else. No, this secret was between them. Or, Scar struggling with his task, only one person seems to help. This is from the author's notes. The title is from First Light by Hoser. And onto the fic. Are you okay, Scar? Scar froze. His knee-jerk reaction was to think about the task. How the heck was he supposed to answer that? It wasn't something to see an easy opposite to. Could he say back bad? Good? Neutral? What if this was the reason he failed? Somewhere in the back of his mind, his subconscious seemed to answer the question honestly. No, I'm not. But he couldn't be honest today, could he? Only after that could he realise he'd been stammering for the past 5 minutes while his brain lagged, trying to catch up with his words. I am neutral, he grinned awkwardly. Neutral? Yep, that's me. Grian stared at him, slowly looking him up and down. His eyes seemed to cut through Scar, staring straight to his core, black eyes tinted almost purple in the bright sunlight. His eyebrows furrowed closer together as he started to shake his head. I don't understand. What are you doing? He laughed slightly. Scar rubbed the back of his head, grin half awkward and half desperate. What? Me? I'm not doing anything, gee. Just hanging out. You know me. Grian was still shaking his head, in that same slow and steady pace. So, you're good? That he could deal with. What? No, Scar laughed. I'm bad, Grian. Very bad. So you're bad? Darn it, he was on to him. Me? I'm just trying to say I'm great. You should really get your ears checked, G. Scar laughed. Looks like you're having some hearing issue. Is this some kind of opposite day thing? The words came out as almost a whisper, though Grian didn't check their surroundings whatsoever. Instead, his eyes were firmly fixed on Scar. Even despite the slight grin in his face, trying to read him to his core, it was if Scar was a book, and Grian had managed to wrestle it open to the index, and was sitting with his finger on the page, but too hesitant to mention it to anyone else. No, this secret was between them. For Scar's part, he froze, mouth stuck right where he left it, words caught halfway out of his throat, eyes wide as dinner plates. If he hadn't been obvious before, he was certainly obvious now. Fix your mask, screamed his conscience. Save the performance. Finish your task, boomed a voice, distinctly unlike his own. Scar ignored all of them. Listen, he started in a low voice, cracking a half-smile at the other man as he instinctively dug a hand into his pocket. His fingers clenched around something cold and hard, and he pulled it out, handing it to Grian without a second look. You take this. Looked like a diamond he was offering up. Shame, but it was more likely to buy him the silence that he so desperately needed. And you shut up, okay? Grian burst into giggles, likely at how pathetic Scar was sure he looked, and barely even looked at the diamond in Scar's hand. Scar, you stay quiet, Scar replied, pointing his finger warningly. Though it wasn't much of a joke at this point, he reached out, grabbing Grian's hands and pressing the diamond into it. You're Grian. You have no stake in this, okay? Grian was still laughing, but he had at least did Scar the courtesy of curling his fingers around the rock. Scar, no. Grian, you're driving me crazy, he blurted out, waving a hand wildly out of the skyline in front of them. I can't do this anymore. I've lost all my friends. Any alliances I might have had, gone. His other hand reached up to the side of his face, getting caught in his hair with a small tug. A small laugh fell out of his mouth, and he glanced up, making eye contact. "I'm losing my mind!" The laughter died on Grian's lips as he watched Scar closely, still loosely clutching the diamond against his palm. His other hand came up to rest gently on Scar's shoulder. "Hey, listen." Scar pulled away slightly from his grip, taking a small step back. "I killed all of Lizzie's cows. I had to hurt Skiz. I ditched Big B, not to mention Joel chasing me around for an hour because of this stupid helmet." He banged a palm against the metal, the resulting hollow thud, wholly unsatisfactory, "which I can't take off because he keeps telling me to, and that's not even counting. Scar!" Grian's voice cut through his mounting panic like a knife through butter, and Scar glanced up, meeting his eyes just in time for the other man to once again put his hand on Scar's shoulder. "Don't take off your helmet," he said, so quietly that only two of them could hear it, whispered just into the air between them. Scar swallowed hard, slowly reaching hand up to pull the piece of curved metal off his head. At the movement, Grian's face softened, and he nodded, carefully adjusting a stray lock of Scar's hair. "You're all right, Scar," he mumbled, shaking his head slightly. "I'm Grian. I can't hurt your task." Which was technically half true. Grian couldn't guess his task, no, but he could certainly tell the other Grians about it, or even tell Yellow, who could then guess, and Scar didn't know who to trust. "If I fail after everything, gee," Scar said slowly, glancing down at the helmet between his hands. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm going to be furious, you can count on that." Grian smiled, chuckling. "Oh, I do." He squeezed Scar's shoulder before releasing him, nodding back to the building off in the distance. "Come on, we better not get back before they suspect anything then." Scar nodded slowly, the sentence taking a second to sink in, but when he did, he smiled. A small, tentative thing, but a smile nonetheless, and Grian smiled back, and somehow that was enough to get Scar to think that maybe, just maybe, he hadn't exhausted all of his allies quite yet. If you enjoyed the fic, please go check out the author on AO3 via the link in the description and give them the kudos that they deserve. They put in all the hard work here, so make sure you give them the appreciation that they do deserve. If you want more fics from this fandom or from a different fandom, please shoot me a comment. If you know any works that are happy to be podfic, please let me know. This was the only one that I could find from the Hermitcraft one. I wasn't looking very hard, but this is only, general audience ones, because I'm not going to make any explicit ones, obviously. If you enjoyed my podficing, please subscribe to me on YouTube or Spotify or wherever you're listening from. It tells me that you guys actually like what I'm making, and it means the world to me. Hope you have a good day or night. Icarus out.